Hello again, everyone. Continuing where we left off in the last video, going to finish up the bottom wing skins and then move on to the top wing skins here. So wanted to again finish off with some more Q&A, so to speak. Just in reviewing, some of the questions that I've gotten over the last couple of years of doing this. Probably one of the most common questions behind priming, as you saw in the last video, is all about costs, right? So every time I have a neighbor over or they're looking at it, one of the first things they always ask me is, well, how much does this thing cost, right? How much does it cost to do something like this? So I'll kind of give you some insight into that for those of you that maybe haven't done any research on it yet. But from a cost standpoint, for me, at the end of the day, once this whole project is complete, it's going to be right in the range of about $95,000 all in. And that includes all the kits, all the accessories. So I'm not sure if many of you are aware, but I just ordered the finishing kit a few months back. I will be getting the iS engine as well, and I ordered every single upgrade that you can possibly get in this plane, with the exception of the IFR package, and I'll go into that a little bit later. But everything, every option that's available, the carpeting, you name it, the interior, everything that you could possibly get is what I got. And, whether I end up using everything, I don't know yet. The plan is to do that, but again, I'll have to see where everything comes in from a weight standpoint. But I figured, get the expense out of the way now while I'm building. I was budgeting for it. So $95,000 all in. That includes tools, all the accessories you're going to find out you need as you go through the build, electrical components, just different tools. From a tooling standpoint, you can expect to spend anywhere between, say, $1,200 to $2,000 on tools, just depending on the quality of tools you get, as well as, any upgrades. So if you get, a pneumatic squeezer versus a main squeeze, or one of the other brands that they have out there, obviously that's going to run significantly more than just the bottom end. So yeah, about $1,200, $2,000 on tools, and then that includes again all the kits, from the empennage all the way to the engine and avionics kits. Can expect to spend right in the neighborhood of $95,000. That also accounts for me having some screw ups. So if you've been following along with me, you'll notice that I've messed up some parts, right? And I've had to order new ones. So that's all included in there as well. Waiting on the finishing kit. The plan is to go ahead and order the engine and avionics kits somewhere around June of this year. So I want to get the orders in definitely this year. Where I'm sitting at right now from a budgeting standpoint has me ready to order the engine and avionics in June. So that's the plan, get those ordered in June, and then we'll look forward to getting the finishing kit in around September, October timeframe, whenever that ships out. Second question I get, okay, so this is a bit of a debated one amongst the forums. I did a little bit of reading on this over the last couple of years. Is around, flying an RV-12 in IMC. Can you fly an RV-12 in instrument meteorological conditions? I almost hate to get into this one because it's a highly debated subject, but for me personally, absolutely not. If you're building the ELSA version, there's no way this plane would be set up to even remotely fly in instrument meteorological conditions, or IMC. Can you receive your instrument rating in an RV-12? Absolutely. So if you purchase the IFR package when you build your RV-12 kit, which basically the only real difference there is it comes with a Garmin, I believe it's a Garmin 430 WAS GPS, and the cost is substantial. I mean, you're talking over $10,000, right, for just this unit for that upgrade. then yes, this plane would be equipped to fly instrument approaches, and you would be able to, do or receive IFR training in this plane for you, the pilot owner / builder. For me personally, again, if you went the EAB route, sure, technically you could rig this plane out to fly in IMC. Can you do it? Sure. Would you or should you? That's a personal thing. For me, it's a definite no. One, this is already a very light airplane. It's a light sport. And I'm not an instrument-rated pilot, so if I'm wrong on any of this, please correct me. But, just on the little bit of research I've done on it, you would need, a heated pitot and just some other things that would make it equipable to fly in instrument conditions, actual instrument conditions. Should you, though? That's a whole other question, right? So there are pilots out there or builders out there that have set their RV-12s up to fly in instrument conditions, and that's something they do. For me, though, no, it's not going to happen. I'm building this plane for fun, for fun flying purposes. So, I like to look out the windows, right? So I like to fly around and be able to see, see the ground and see what's going on. So, I won't be pursuing any flight training for instruments in this plane. Am I going to pursue my instrument rating? Yes, but will it be in this RV-12? No. So those are kind of the other two questions I get. I did have a clarifying point from the last video on priming. So anytime you have dissimilar metals, yes, you should always prime. I had someone send me a message on this saying, hey, you're a little bit wrong in this. I wasn't wrong. I didn't clarify. So if you have dissimilar metals that are going to be mating up to each other, you should always prime those pieces. So for instance, you have your tubes inside of your flaperons. They're stainless steel tubes, and then you're going to be riveting them up against an aluminum surface or aluminum structure. Also, some of your angles that are in the fuselage, they're a different type of aluminum, so you can get some galvanic corrosion there. So yes, you should always prime those pieces and make sure that you have a protective layer to prevent that galvanic corrosion there. Builder support. There's tons of builder support, as I mentioned in the previous videos. I have, I talked to a few people that don't even live in the U.S. I talk with one builder quite often, Pete, over in Australia. So thanks, Pete, for all your help. I really do appreciate everything that you've been helping me with. But, you get a lot of these little tips and tricks along the way from these experienced builders. One of them, like removing vinyl. This was one that Pete came up and told me. He said, it helps if the vinyl is heated before you try to remove it. So you saw me removing the vinyl from the wing skins. It's a hard thing to do, especially if it's cold. That vinyl just wants to stick to that skin. But if you just apply a little heat to it using a heat gun, it comes right off so much easier. So a little bit of tips there, tricks there. So there's tons of support if you're thinking about building. There's a lot of builders out there that are willing to help out all the time. So yeah, you shouldn't have any concerns about being able to figure something out or having to figure out something on your own. There's tons of builder support. All right. That's pretty much all the questions. I think that wraps up all the questions. Here you can see me finishing up the landing light. Gosh, it is so much easier getting that landing light done with the end of the wing open. Oh my goodness. Oh, and by the way, those fins on the back of that landing light are sharp. I had cuts all over my hands after I put the landing light in and didn't even notice it until after I was done. But yeah, just a word of caution there as you're installing the landing light. But gonna almost wrap up this video, or the wing in this video. Sorry this has been a long one. I just had a bunch of videos sitting in my queue, and I was like, I need to get them out, so I decided to put them all in one video versus breaking it up over 2 or 3 videos. But I just have the end of the wing to put on, the wingtip, and that'll pretty much wrap up this wing, and then the only thing that'll be left at that point is the fiberglass work. So Hey, almost there, and then just we'll be waiting on the finishing kit. Do have some big news coming up. Something a little different, so we'll be sharing that off in the next video or so. Looking forward to some things that are coming up. So with that, that's all I got. Hope everyone had a happy Easter, if for all you Christians out there, and see y'all soon.